WhatsApp platform. I noticed some of us are still finding it difficult to activate our Microsoft Office. I have a very simple way of activating our Microsoft Office. Please, who is still having issue here with activating Microsoft Office? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. So I'm going to give a simple way we can permanently activate our Microsoft Office so that for the nearest future, you'll not be hearing activation, activation, activation. And this also works well with activating a Windows computer. Okay, let me share my screen so we'll get started. I'm going to share my entire window. Can we see my screen, please?
Yes, we can, yes.
Okay, thank you. So the first, I'll start from the very beginning. So on my browser, I'm going to type Microsoft activation script. So nevertheless, for those that are just joining, I will drop the link or the script you're supposed to type in PowerShell. So you don't need to download anything, but for this process, you need to have a working internet connection. Okay, so this is the very script we're going to copy, and this is actually on GitHub platform. So I'm going to copy this code, and the next thing we're going to do is to open PowerShell. So on your computer, you just type in PowerShell. So once you have your PowerShell, we run this script as administrator. You must run it as administrator, if not, it will not work. So I'm going to run as administrator. Yes, of course, I want it to run. Now, once we have this window, the next thing we need to do here is to right-click. Right-clicking is not working, so we can just do Ctrl-V to paste the code. Let me copy again. Copy. Okay, I just pasted in the code, and the next thing to do is to run this. Immediately you do this, the script is going to pull out this code, or this line of code here is going to pull out a script from the internet. After that is done, this will not even take you up to 3 megabytes. So wait for the script to load. So we have different options here. For those wanting to activate their Windows computer, you use the first option. For those that wants to activate their Office package, that is Microsoft PowerPoint, Excel, and the rest, you use the second option. Since we are complaining about the activation for Office, I'm going to use the number 2. Mind you, my Office package is already having the permanent activation. So the next thing to do is just to hit the first one. I'm going to do it again. So once you press 1, it will start activating your Office package, and that is it. The major thing there is just to follow the prompts. Since we're activating Windows, I'm using OHook, which is number 2. The next one is to activate number 1, and it will perform all the necessary processes involved. So after that, you have your Office package permanently activated. It's as simple as that. So you don't need to download any KMS software, nothing. Just that simple script will do all the magic for you. Please, any question on this before we move further? So for a simple play around, I'm going to paste in the code. So if you don't have access to the page, you can just copy this and type it on PowerShell. Always remember to type in, to run the PowerShell as administrator. So this is still running. It will take some time depending on your network speed. Okay, while we are doing this, let me talk about what happened in our last session. In the process of trying to populate a table, we encountered an issue. So now, after a deep research, it was stated that you cannot use a range name within a table or within a spill function. It will not work. So spill function and range within a table does not work well. It will always give rise to unforeseen errors. So to avoid that, you can use a cell reference directly instead of using a name range. Hope we still remember what is a name range. Okay, my office is permanently activated. So for those of you following this step, you should have something similar to this at the end of the day. So at this point, I'll just hit any key and that is it. So since I don't want to activate anything here, I'm just going to hit 0 and that is it. My Windows package is permanently activated. It's as simple as that. So now let's dive into the next section. So within the same platform, I've noticed some people are finding it difficult to download the necessary materials for the course. So for the first one, you will have a section where you can download the material. While for others, immediately you're watching that video, you'll be prompted to download the necessary materials needed for that particular section. So for the very first one, my network is slow today. Let me open my library. So we're actually working on the first one. So if you permit me, we've done a lot on the first section. I can jump to the second section, which is data preparation. Under data preparation, we'll be working with different functions, especially when it comes to text, filling blanks, and the rest, text concatenate, text join, and others. So for those of you asking about the material for the first section, once you open the introduction to Excel, see by the right hand side here, we have the resource here to be downloaded. This is the resource material needed. If you click on this, it should open or download a PDF file. A simple PDF file. From that PDF file, you can then click on this access and database and data set. This is it. It's as simple as that. This is it. But I already have it on my computer. I'm not going to download this. Okay. So let's move back to the next. So this time we are going into data preparation. So now, if there is one important thing we do when we get our data is to ensure that we understand what that data is doing or what the data is all about. You cannot just get your data and start working with your data. You need to exploit the data, check if there are missing values there, check if some values are not well represented. You need to do aka ED, exploratory data analysis. Ensure that some basic things about the data is well understood before you move into performing your analysis. Okay, so for the first, I'm still on this, so let me go back. Network is not as good as the last one. Okay, data preparation. Okay, um, I think we already know how to get our data, that is importing data. We already know how to, okay, let's jump into this and see what this entails. I'll look at importing, debugging, debundling. So basically, I mostly don't follow the whole of this course outline. I just understand what is there, jump into practical, and that is how I basically solve most of the problems here. If you really want to understand Excel, you need to understand what that function is doing, not just how to use it for a particular task. For instance, we have two functions in Excel that has to do with combining two strings, that is text, together. We have the concatenate, and we have currently, I think most versions now they use as concat instead of concatenate, and we'll have another one called text join. Both serve the same purpose, but in a different way. So it is essential. Okay, importing files. I think this is no big deal. Let's just jump forward. Please, if you have any question, you can ask. I'm just going through all this to see what is most important that we can talk about. Flash fill. Flashy fill, we've been using flashing fill. Let me just jump down to functions so that we'll look at what is going on here. Functions, functions, functions. Okay, text and date functions. Good. So I was talking about something like this. Let's say we have first name, we have last name on this. This is Ali. This is John. This is Emmanuel. This is Do. So now on this column, we want to have full name, not just first name, last name. We want to combine the two. And imagine you have 1,000 rows to deal with. This, for a single row like this, we can just combine this easily, which will go well. But what if you have 1,000 rows? It becomes problematic. We have two ways of doing this. I can decide to say this is equals to concat, which is a function for combining two strings together. So it is asking me for the first sex I want to combine. This is it, comma, and I'll click on this. If I close the bracket and strike enter, I have the two cell contents joined together. This is Ali John. But there is a problem here. If you look at this, this word allegiance, or the two names here allegiance, there is no space with the middle, except I come indirectly. Sorry, I come indirectly here and add a space. Then you have a space for between the Ali and John. So now, one way we can fix this is to make sure that inside the concatenation function, we add an empty space within and strike enter. This we have a space between the two. I can simply drag down and it will affect the remaining ones. So as simple as that. This is the concatenate function or concat. For newer version, you get concat. For older version, this is what I'm talking about. I'll call it full name too. Now, we also have another function called text join. Text join is also used to combine strings together. So if I open bracket now, the good thing about this one now is asking me for a delimiter. That is, how do you want to separate the text? Those names you are joining together, how do you want to separate it? Of course, I want to separate it with an empty space. So I will wrap that inside double quotations. Okay, I'll do it again. Quotation space, quotation. Now, comma. This next part is asking me if I want to ignore empty space. Of course, I will leave this as true. If there's an empty space there, ignore it and continue. So now I'm going to select the text I want to combine, and that is it. And this is useful if the range of text or cells you are joining are much. For instance, you want to join up to 5 cells together. This is very, very useful. Instead of going towards in your function to add space for each one, you just specify that as a delimiter. That is what you want to use in separating them together, the text or the words. So if I close my bracket and strike enter, they all give us the same output, but their implementation is quite different. It's as simple as that. We have different functions we can deal with, just that the implementation is different depending on what we are doing. So we also have text function. We also have text function. There's a function called text. Text just equals to is called text. It's as simple as that, just text. But one thing I love with this text is that we can do amazing thing with it. Let's say I have the name as Alfred. Okay, this is just a simple text. Sorry. Okay, this is just a simple text, and I can say this text now should be your, what do we call this? Okay, let's do it a very simple way. I can give a value here 1, 2, 3 as a number and say this should be formatted to a currency. So I can say this is $, and I give in values hash, comma, hash, and close bracket, strike enter. This will automatically be formatted as a $sign or a currency value. It's as simple as that, and it comes in handy when we want to make a statement. Okay, simple statement. Let's do this. This here is going to be, I'm going to remove one of this, or let's use this. I'm going to say amount, and let's say 20 and 30. So in here, I want to make a statement. Let's say Ali John has $20. Simple statement. Ali John has $20. So now inside of this, I'm going to use the same statement, the same thing we've been doing. Ali John is the name now, but if we do something here, there's going to be a problem because the two of these is already separated with comma. So let's go. Ali John, comma. Then here I'm going to say has, then close, comma. Now I want to join this value 20. I can go simply and type 20 this cell here and it will work. But I want to do something different. See, Allegion has 20. This is not informative enough. So I want to convert this C2 to a dollar sign. So if I say text, which is a text function now, is coming in. So I'm going to reference this comma, and I want to format it in dollar sign. For Nigerians, you might want to format it in a Naira symbol. If you go online and search for Naira sign, you will see the symbol there to use, as simple as that. So I'm going to format this to be hash, the value separated by comma, the value, and we use the dollar sign. Close my quotation. If I strike enter, okay. Now I have Allegion has $20. So you see, the first time I was using the dollar sign as at the beginning. This time I'm using it at the end. You have the flexibility to use it between the beginning and the end. It depends on what you want. So now looking at this, we have a simple statement here. Allegion has $20. Simple as that. We can make a statement with this. Now, instead of formatting this particular column set to be a text format, we are using, a dollar sign, currency symbol. We are using a text. So within the text, we format a particular section to be in currency, okay, using text format. Using text format. It's as simple as that. So that is what is it called? It just a few functions for text. We have for dates. For dates, we can also format our value in terms of dates. Okay. So now let's say, for instance, I have this dates. I have a function which is now. Now is a function that gives you the current date and time. Going to strike enter. This is a function that gives you the current date and time. So now from this value we're looking at here, I want to get just the year using the text format. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to type equals to text, open bracket. I'm going to reference this, which is C7, comma. Now, for the year, we use YYY, we use Y. For day, we use D. For month, we use M. So now, if I type in MM, which is going to give me month, close bracket and strike, it is giving me the value as 02. Today is February. But what if we want the word February in short? If we use triple M, it is going to give us that in short, which is Feb. If we give it in 4, it is going to give us February in full. Okay? Just a single one will give you the value. If you give 2, it will give you as in 2 digits. If you give 3, it will give you February in short, or the month in short. While if you give him 4, it will give you in full. Same thing applies to year. If I go directly and type YY and strike enter, I'm going to get 25. If I type the third one, I'm going to get this. It's as simple as that. Okay. Even if you type in the complete, you're still going to get the same thing. So for day, I can type D, it will give me just a single value. If I type in twice, it's going to give me in 2 digits, 05. If I type it 3 times, it is going to give me Wednesday in short. That is weird. So if I type in 4 times, D 4 times, it's going to give me Wednesday. It's as simple as that. We have different ways of formatting data in using the text function. Okay. So if I want to get just the year, I can just type in YY. Strike enter, I have this. Okay. For others, to get the year, some might say we'll have a function, a date function that can do this, where I can type in the year, open bracket, and reference this. It will give me the year. Okay. But sometimes we have issues with this, because if this code, this cell is formatted as a text, then we'll have a big issue. Let's say we're formatting this as a text. We format this as a text, a number. Format this as a number, we are getting this. We format this as, what is it called? general will get just the number. In some situations, if you enter this, it will want to reflect as a date. It will want to reflect as a date, whereas that thing, that value we're dealing with is a number. So for you to get the exact number, you have to just convert it down to text to get 2025. Because in Excel, all dates are just numbers. So the formatting is the most important thing. So if you format it to a date, it will give you the right value. If you format it to a text, it will convert that to text representation. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. If there are no questions, then let's move on. So looking at this, if we go down to the effects, which is the insert function dialog box, I will navigate into dates and time. Now we have different dates and time value we can play around here with different dates and time. Okay, different dates and time we can play around. We have end of month, dates, hours, month, work days, and the rest. Seconds value today. So today we just give you the current date. Why now we give you current date and time. Okay, let's answer some few questions here before we move further. It says drag items to the correct bucket. It says between date and time. Now, work day is a date and time function. Len is a function that counts the number of text within a string. Okay. For instance, let's try this. We have this here. I can count how many letters we have there, which is equals to len, open bracket, and specify the column I want to count. It will tell us how many string we have there. We have 20. Why, if I type in the same thing for this, I'm getting 17. So it's going to count everything we have inside here as 17, why this is 20. So that is a text function. It is a text function, not a date function. So we're going to drop it under text. Now, concat, joining two strings together, is a text function. So we're going to drop it under text. Today, which gives you the current date, is a date function. So we drop it under date. Year is a date function. And upper, which converts all your characters into capital letters. So that is a text function. Submit and wahoo, that is all. I'm not going to watch the whole of this. I'm just going to skip this. I want questions, 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 not this. Okay, there are two important things I wanted to point out, especially in the last class, where we had, let me look for a file that can give us something. Okay, good. Bananas. This is not giving me what I want. There is one file we opened last time. Let me look for it again. Aha, this is the file. Now, if you look at this file, we have the order number with two things joined together. Mind you, I want to introduce two things here, the left and right function in Excel. These are two text functions. Now, what they do is they basically are used for extracting a portion of our text. Okay, extracting portion of our text. If you look at this, I want to split this into two. I'm going to insert another column here. So now one section I wanted to have just the number without this SO. So how do we do that? Now, if you notice here, we have SO, which is 2 characters. Then we have about how many characters at the end? 2, 4, 5. So I can pull out the right section and I can pull out the left section. Let's try with the SO. We'll start by saying left equals to left. Now, this is what I want to reference. Coming left equals to left, open brackets. So now this, now the next question is how many characters do we want? We want 2. So close and strike enter. Now notice it is giving us SO, 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 SO. This is for what? For the left. Because we said 2, if I say 1, it will give me just S. If I say 1, it will give me S. But this is not useful to me because I already know the starting point is SO, SO. I want the numbers, not the letters. So now the best case here is to use right. Now, right, we start from the right hand side. Left, we start from the left hand side. That's the difference between the two. Okay. So I'm going to use right because I want the numbers, not the text. So now the texts are 5. If you count, we have 5 positions, and that is the same for all. Okay, we have 5. I'm going to strike enter. Now notice I am getting the numbers, not without the text. So now sometimes you'll be asked to what to get some portion of a particular text. So this is just a simple way of getting it. Okay, some portion, not the entire. Okay, because sometimes in a transaction you have the user ID, a unique name with a number attached together, and you want to get that unique name, not the number. So now this comes in handy. Okay, and if you notice something here, we've been getting this automatically filling the entire space. This is with the help of the flash fill. This is the flash fill. It is from of the help of what the flash fill. If I say stop automatically fill, it will fill perform the function on the first one alone. I can automatically fill for the rest by double clicking this or by using the flash fill. Okay, or by using the flash fill, and it will do just that for us. Okay, so let's move on to, I think this should, we should have that particular, where is it? Aha. Now this is a tax exercise in an IT department. You're sent an email value for blah blah blah. Now what is the tax? Remove any filter currently applied to customer. We have to open a particular sheet. This one. So this is under data preparation. Okay, let me look for that. Let me look for it. W close console open data preparation. Are you sure I have this? Let me just look. Data analysis, data analysis. Which one? Okay, data analytics. Fundamental. Uh, should be this one. I'm not even sure. Let's just check this. So it says what's the sheet name? 21. 21. 21. This is not the sheet because that is under equivalent. You have to go back. Let me check this. Two one, two one. Aha, I have it. That's good. So looking at this, we have to go navigate to customer sheet. We have to move on that customer sheet. Now it says we should remove any filter applied to this, and the filter is currently applied to full name. So I'm going to clear the filter for full name. Our data is back in full. So it says add a new column called length check next to customer state. So this is the column I am adding. I'm going to copy this. Now next to customer state, we have customer state, this. So I'm going to insert this. Now it says, okay, it is best to have it at the front side, sorry. So now, and the name is length check. It is called length check. Now it is asking us to calculate the number of text we have within this. Now, how do we do that? It's very simple. The function is what? Is len. We just talked about it earlier. Len. So I'm going to select for the first one, close bracket, and strike enter. Now I have it for the first one. I'm going to use flash fill to get for the remaining ones. Double click and I have flash fill. Now, there is one thing we can just see, right? Just by doing this, we can notice something. This country's customer state is supposed to be two text, two characters alone, just two. But looking at this, we notice that some are having three, some are having four, and the rest. It means something is wrong. We have 0, 2, 3, 4, and we are supposed to have only two. So it means just by looking at this, we have an issue with our data. So let's move on and see what we have. So it says in the customer state column, you would expect to either see two letters abbreviation for the customer state or blank. Now this is the opposite. Okay, we have different letter values in terms of that column. So now we have to use another function to remove unwanted spaces. So the function for that is called trim. So now I'm going to use this. It says to create a new column called this. So basically all these columns we are creating, they are just called temporary columns, because once we are done, we are going to delete the whole of this and replace it with the actual data. So now what do we do? Now looking at this one is saying PR. Just by looking at this, we're having an issue here with our eyes. Our eyes cannot see the number of spaces that are there. But with the len, it is counting that we have more than the expected value. How do we fix this? Equals to trim. Trim will take out or we remove spaces from the beginning and the end of the text. Beginning and end, not at the middle. Beginning and end. That is just what it is going to do. So I'm going to reference the customer state, which is the first one, strike enter. Now I am having the extra spaces between from the beginning and the end removed. I'm going to use the flash fill to get for the rest. Now look at this, compared with this, with the previous one, the customer state and cost state, we notice a significant difference between the two. So now what I'm going to do is to copy this particular column, because I know very well we are going to replace it with this. I'm going to copy. Now on coming to this section, on coming to the customer state, I am not going to paste it directly. I'll go under paste and paste it as values, because I don't want the formula there to come up or the function. I just want the values itself. So I'm going to paste. See, you're having an issue here. Let me try it again. Click on the first one, go there and paste values. Why is it transforming? Let's try it again. Highlight, copy all, copy, copy. I'll click here, go back, go under paste, and we'll paste values. Okay. So let me just do it directly on this. I'll paste values on top of the cost state before pasting it there. Okay, now it is working, probably because we are referencing the cell we are pasting, or we are doing multiple cross-reference. So now this is having just the formula. So I guess I can copy the whole of this now and replace it with this. Okay, simple as that. Now let's try and check on our formulas again. Reference area, understand. So I'll reference the first value again, strike enter. Now double click to get for the remaining ones. So now I think we are having 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 0, and 2, which is correct. So it means some cells are either blank or they are having two characters in them. That's two letters. Okay, so that is clear. I'm going to delete this now. I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to delete this. I don't need it anymore. So let's check what we have there. It says using this, remove all unwanted spaces from the values in customer state. We've done that. Let's move to the next stage. So now, I think we'll perform this already, the length check for it, and we'll have this. So now it says check that the new column is correct by ensuring the length check and new value 0 and 2. We've done that. Now, ensure that cut state column is populated values only, which is what we did. We copied the entire column and pasted it back as values, not with formulas. Okay. So now the next step is to what? Is to make sure we replace, it says replace the value EE with EE to use this in customer. Okay. EE dot UU towards USA in the customer column. Find and select section. Okay. So we are replacing this. We're replacing this and this to have USA. Okay. So now we are going to use find and replace to do that. Find and replace. Find and replace. So now someone will ask for the function, the shortcut. The shortcut is Control G. Control G. So what are we looking for? We're looking for EE. We're looking for EE. What do we want to replace it with? We want to replace it with USA. Okay. Now, first thing I like to do is to make sure I find all. I want to match case and match cell content. Find all. We are getting this. I'm coming, let me look for something. It says country. Okay, this is what we are replacing, which is a complete value. I'm going to copy that directly. Find and replace. And I'm going to paste in the entire value. So it is important that we match the case and match cell content because some cell or column might have similar data. So if you are replacing a particular column, please make sure you're matching the case, or importantly, matching the cell content entirely, not just half of it. Okay, I'm going to find all. So it seems we have some number of columns or cells that have the EU. And what are we replacing? You're replacing it with what? EU. So I'm going to replace all with that. So we have 516. Okay, that's great. So now we've replaced the EE UA with UU to USA. Okay, which is good. So now the next step is, okay, this is interesting. It is actually how many number of who were able to take note of the number of columns which, or sorry, cells we change. How many did we change?
516.
Okay, so we changed 516. So it is important we take note of what we are doing in order to, because at the end of the day, this is where we are getting to this. So 516 is the number of content or cell we're able to change. Submit, and that is correct. We're able to change 516. So, and it is very simple. In case you did not take note of the number of columns, cells we change, you can just Control Z, undo, and repeat the step again in order to pay attention to that. Okay, so it's just to execute the whole of this again. So we have 516. Okay. For some people that don't take note like me, I can simply go back, undo, and get the value again. So we're able to change 516. That is it. So now we are into another section, joining text together. Joining text. Now for joining text, which function can we use? Guys, for joining text, which function can we use?
Test join or concatenate.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Thank you. Who is it? Femi, thank you. So we can use text join, or we can use concat, depending on which one you are most familiar with. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try and see how to answer this particular one. So we are working with customer segment. Which file are we working? It says joining together customer segment. Let me check my current sheet if I have customer segment. I don't have customer segment, so I'm going to look for that particular workbook, joining together Tutor. Close file, open. So I'm looking for two joining together. Good. Enable content. Now, this is what we are asked. Then it says clear any filter in customers and add a new column called, okay, we're adding a new column. So that my previous workbook would have done just great. Customer segment. This is what, after customer segment, add a new column called customer address. Okay. So after customer segment, here it says add a new column. So this is it. Now the column name should be customer address. So now there's another important thing again. We can copy formatting. For instance, notice this customer segment is having yellow. Why this is just white? Because we just added it. So I can simply copy this this formatting here and paste it here. If you notice under your clipboard, there is a brush there, which is copy formatter of format painter. If I click on this, make sure you are currently on the cell you want to copy the formatting. Then click on this, and the next thing is to click on the cell you want to change the formatting. And boom, you have the formatting as the same. If you want to follow the normal way, you need to go back, make sure you change this to bold, change the color to yellow. But simple way is just to make sure you have the format painter to do just that for you. So moving forward, the next one, we are asked to display the customer street, city, and zip code in that order. It means we have customer street, city, zip code, street, city, and zip code all in one. So which of the functions do you advise we use? Which of the functions do you guys advise to use? Should we use the text join or concatenate?
Let's use test join. Let's try that one.
Okay. If you ask me, I prefer text join a lot because I just need to specify the delimiter in one place. Then this, let's ignore and let's use now. It says customer street. We have customer street. Wait, but there's a problem. It says include any empty spaces. Each text string in a new column should be separated by comma. Okay, separated by a comma and then a space. So it means our delimiter here should start by saying we have comma and a space. It's as simple as that. A comma, then followed by a space. Then we need to specify, it says street. Then the next one is city. And the last one is the zip code. This. Now close my bracket. So I am sure 100% that this delimiter will be applied to all. So I don't need to ensure consistency in all. Where for the concatenate, I have to make sure that this same pattern is applied to all. But here, Excel is going to take in that pattern, the delimiter, and apply it to the rest. Strike enter, and we have this. Let's expand to see. Now you see we have the street, comma, room, which is the city, comma, then the zip code. So we are going to use the flash fill to populate the rest. It's as simple as that. Let's move to the next section. It says populate the entire column address, resize to field the immediately visible. We've done that. Ensure your new column only has value contained and not formulas. So this now is having a formula. We need to copy everything. I'm going to copy. Now on the first one, I'm going to paste in values only. It says make sure the copy paste or don't overlap. Okay. So let me highlight everything. Highlight, copy. So now I've copied that. Let's go back, control home. to the beginning, and we paste in values. Still giving me the same error. It says is invalid. Make sure copy and paste. Okay. Escape. Let me try it again. Sorry. Control home. I can simply do this another way by just creating a new column, copy and paste the entire data there, and boom. Well, let me use this. It says copy paste. I'm getting the same error. Let me just insert a dummy cell here, and do the pasting there. Here, I will just paste in the value and delete. Paste in the values while I delete the whole of this. I don't need it anymore. So this is customer address. So I'm done. So delete any columns that are not required. That is, we have to delete. We have to delete three of it. We have to delete. What is it called? Customer city. We don't need it because we've merged it into customer address. We delete customer street. I also delete the zip code. We combine that into single address. Okay. Move to the next one. It says you have reduced the number of columns created. Okay. Now it says you have to protect customer worksheet to only allow users to select locked and unlocked cells formatted, blah blah blah. Set password as customers. So now, how do we protect? If we want to protect, we just need to watch. We can right click. We can right click on the sheet and click on protect. Now, we just want two things, just this and this to be highlighted. Then we enter the password as customer. Okay. So what is this place? I copied the keyword we are to use there, which is customers. That is what I copied. I didn't type it directly. I just copied it and pasted it. So you can see what I copied. Let me paste it here. See, customers. That is what I copied. So I can go back now and click on OK. To confirm the password, I'm going to paste it again and OK. And that is it. So let's check and see for the next section what we have to do. It says how many columns remain in the blah blah blah. How many columns remain in the protected worksheets? Okay, so we need to go back and count. How many columns do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have just 6 columns here. So we'll go back. Of course, we have 6, and that is it. Click on submit, and we are done with that. It's as simple as that. So the important thing is, at every point, we are using different functions. And those functions, you need to play around them, know how they work, know their limitations. Okay? So sometimes, or simple case where some people will have issues, especially when it comes to, let me unprotect this. Unprotect, enter the password. So now, under this, I want to separate, what will I do? Okay, let's try something. I want to have the customer country, let's say customer ID and this joined together, and a cost state. So if I do equals to text join, open bracket. Here, if I use single quotation to specify our delimiter, we are going to have issue. That our delimiter is meant to be in double quotation. I'm going to use single quotation to join them together. Okay, comma, single quotation. Now delimiter, what ignores white spaces, and I'm going to select this, comma, I'm going to specify this. Now, if I do this, we are going to have error because we are using single quotation. And some people will want to do a funny trick. instead of entering double quotation on our keyboard, we have double quotation, but we'll enter it twice. So we'll enter this twice, thinking they have double quotation. That is not correct. You are entering single quotation twice. So now the correct thing to do is to hold down your shift key to access your double quotation. This is some of the common error we encounter while working with quotation. So I have TX. This will be better to just have it joined together with no delimiter. Simple as this. So simple as this. Okay. So it is important to know the difference between the single quotation and double quotation on your keyboard in order to avoid the annoying error you get, especially the sound. Let's move on to the next section. So here we have to work with dates. So I am working with which file, dates and more. So let's see, I think I have a column here that has to do with dates. So I don't need to create new one. So it says in dates, create a new column called weekday. So here we're going to create a new column called weekday. If we do this, we'll attend to questions pertaining what we are currently struggling with in our section. Probably some of you might be ahead of this. We have or might have questions to ask. Okay, moving further, it says display the value of the weekday for blah blah blah. Ensures that the start of the week is set to Sunday. Okay, so again, I'm going to copy this formatting and paste it on this so that it will look uniform. Okay, now what is our formula? We have a formula called weekday. So now weekday is what we are using, and what is the serial? This date is what we are checking. So now our start day is what is Sunday. So we're going to use Sunday as our start. So which is 1, close and strike enter. So we have weekday is what is 5. So I'm going to do the same thing for the rest. Okay. So what is the weekday we're talking about? We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, that is what we're referring to. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Saturday, of course, will be 7. Why Friday is going to be 6. Since we're starting from Sunday as 1, then it will continue that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7. So Saturday is 7. Week 1, the first day of the week is Sunday, which is 1. Okay, moving further, it says ensure the start week is set to Sunday. Format the new header column using its formatting. We've done this, and all the values should be visible. We've done that. Display the current date in E3. Display the current date in E3, adding a clear label above the date. Display the current date, okay, in E3. It says E3. This is E3. Now display the current date. So how do we get the current date? Who can help me out? Current date. Who can help me out? Current date. How do we get the current date? Okay. The function for current date is just to say today.
Today, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So once we say today, we have our current date. It's as simple as that. Now, we'll move further and see what we have next. Let's look at what we have next. Sorry. This. It says in the orders worksheet, add a new column to the right of days for shipment. Okay. Days for shipment. So let me go back and see something. I think this we are still currently on the same sheet. So now under orders, which is this, good. It says new column called this shipment schedule. Okay. Called schedule. This is what we are adding. Schedule date of delivery dates. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This is where we are adding it. This, I'll click on insert. The name here is just going to be this. And formatting, we have to copy the same thing we've been doing. Copy, just replace it here so that I have the same formatting. So we move to the next one. We are done with this. It says data code uses its own shipment infrastructure for deliveries that only work on Wednesdays and aren't repeated in what's impacted by any holidays and using the blah blah schedule days required for shipment. Calculate the date the order will be delivered in the new column based on the order date. Okay. It says okay, let's look at this again. It says the only deliveries that only work on Wednesdays and aren't impacted by any holidays. Using the schedule days required for shipment, calculate the date the order will be delivered in the new column based on the order date. So format the new column as date just like the order date. So now what are we doing? So now this is what we're looking for. This is it. So if we take this and minus it with this, then we get the schedule date. This is days for shipment and this is the order date. So we take this date and minus 2 from it and continue that way. We are going to get the new dates for, sorry, this is the order date. This is day for delivery. Then we'll add plus 2 to this. This and plus 2 to this will give us the shipment date. Is that okay? So now, because just by the title, it's talking about the scheduled dates for delivery, and this is the days for shipment. So we take the 2, I'll just do plus addition, then we are done. I'll take equals to, I can take these dates plus this and strike enter. We have the dates, which will be this. This is already formatted as the dates. The dates, what is it called? Let me move this again. This is already formatted as dates. I'll move this one side. It's already formatted as date, and I can just use the calculation for that. And sometimes, if you go into, where is it, please? If you go into this, if you go into hint, it will give you a simple calculation on how to do that. It says, using the following formula, this blah, 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 display this. This will give you the work day and comma the day. So this will still give us the same thing as what we're looking for. So even if I do the same thing they did here, it will give us the same thing. So work day, this and this, which is the order date and the schedule date, day will give us the same value, which is the same thing. Let's try it and see if truly this will give us the same. So this is what we're using, work day. Where is it? Let's insert a new one here and try it. So this will be equals to work day. So you see, start day is this, comma, then the days is this, then we close and strike enter. So notice we still have the same date. It's just simple addition. Okay, it's just simple addition. The same thing applies here. So we still have the same date. There is no difference. So your hints can give you an idea on how to actually apply the concept. How did I get my own? I use simple addition because I know this is the order date and this is the shipment day and days for shipment. Then I know this will be the scheduled delivery date. So it's just order date plus the number of days it will take. It will give me the delivery date or scheduled date. So that is what I use. And the work day is to do the same thing. Just taking the two values and boom, it will give you the projected date. Simple as that. Now I can delete this and go. Okay. So now let's move on to the next. I think we're done with this. Let's move on to the next side. It says, what is the date? What is the date of the scheduled delivery for order, this order? This is the format they are using, this as your answer. So month, day, and year. So I'll copy this value and I'm looking for coming this order ID. So let's search for that order ID. Find and replace. Find. I'm going to search for this. Find. So I have this. This is it, and this is the date. Boom. I have this. So this is 05/06/2015. So 05. Okay, it's 5/6/2015. Okay, let's change the formatting. So it should be 6. So they have month first, or probably, or they're using values. Let's try 05/06. Should be same thing. So let me try 6/5. Okay, they are using our data is represented with day, month, and year. Why we are asked to transform that into month, this month, day, and but how do we change this data itself? This data we're looking at, the whole of this data, how do we change it to their own format? So I can highlight the whole of this. Once I highlight the whole of this, I go under date, more function here. I want to specify date and this. I'm going to specify, where is it? Can I use custom? Custom, I can just use day, sorry, you said month slash day slash 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is it. Okay. So now our data has been transformed to fit the exact pattern. Find and replace. I'm going to find the same data again. Where is it? This is it. 367. And here we have it. So I can copy this, come down to this place, and just paste it. And that is it. You can submit. So as simple as that. Okay. Like I've said earlier, now it's time for we to answer some questions if you have any concerning what you've done so far with Excel. Any question, please?
Hi guys, let's work to speak up. Alfred will be willing to take our questions. Oh, Mary said she has a question. Okay, anyone else? Anyone has a question? Any question? Any question? Okay.
Should we continue?
Yeah, I think we should since no one has a question, so we can just continue.
Okay. So using logical functions. Okay, let's keep. I just want to go directly to. Okay, so we have different logical functions we can use. We have the AND clause, we have the OR clause, AND and OR. So for AND and OR, they are basically having a very simple logic. Now it means A and B must be the same. A and B must be the same for them to work. Let me explain this before we move further because this can times it can get very, very annoying. So we're talking about AND clause. It means for the result, let's say this is option one. Option one, we have option two. Now, for this to be true, option one must be true, and option two must be true. For this section here, for this section to be true, that is one thing with the AND. That is one thing with AND. The two must be true for it to be true. If one is false, then the result is going to be false. So it's very important you know how the AND function operates. Now, what about or? Okay, let's do some simple trick. If I change this to false, sorry, false, and I have true, this automatically will give me this is true, this is false, and if I have true, I have false, this is going to be false. If I have false, automatically this is going to be false. So the only time you get a true while using and is to make sure that this and this must be correct. It happens a lot when it comes to when you are logging into a website, for instance. Your username must be correct and your password must be correct. If not, there's no access to that website. That is just an and clause. That is how it operates. The two values or the values you are adding must be correct. If they are not true, then you have false. But when it comes to the and the or clause, the or, it just needs just one to be true. Then that thing automatically becomes true. So if we have true, we have false. This is going to give us true. If we have false, we have false. Excuse me, false. Then this is going to give us false. If we have true, we have true. This is going to give us true. If we have false, we have true. This is going to give us true. So the only time you get a false value is when the two options, the two values you are giving to that function is false. Okay. So for instance, let's say we have equals to or. Let me try it for this. We have or, equals to or, open bracket. It says the first one. I'm going to say true, comma. I'm going to say, what's the next one there? I'm going to say false, close bracket. So this is giving me true because true and false is true. I know we're using or. It's either if it is true, any other case that makes it false, it doesn't care. As long as one is true, it accepts it as true. Simple logic. But for let's do the same thing for this one. Equals to or, open brackets, I'm going to say false, comma, I'm going to say false. By close bracket, this is going to give me false because false and false is automatically false. There's nothing there. I think there is one simple way we're taught how to evaluate this. We use addition. For or we use addition. For and we use multiplication. So if you notice, 1 times 1 will give you 1. Why 0 times 0 will give you 0. 0 times 1 times 0 will give you what? Will give you 0. Just simple mathematics. It can be annoying to use maths in this, but just a simple way to get it. So let's go back to this function. It says gender. We have the and here. Let's look at this. It says a colleague in the HR team at Data Co has sent you a table, blah, blah, blah. Now, using a conditional formula called male over 30. So we're looking for male that are over 30 years old. So simple trick. Male that are over 30 years. There are two things here. The person must be male and over 30. See, just by saying it alone, we've already come to conclusion that we are going to use an and clause there. The person must be may and over. It's not saying may or. So the person must be may over 30. So now, this it says and gender equals to may and this greater than 30. So automatically I know this one is the correct answer. So this is saying the opposite. The person must be may, but not equals to, not less than. Okay, here it still says the same thing. It says it must be may. This two is working. It must be may and not less than 30. So that is correct. Not less than 30. So all here is wrong. Now let's look at this one again. The if statement. It says not gender equals to female. The person must not be female. That is correct. And the age must be greater than 30. So looking at this, I can say these two will give us the same. So let's submit and see. Okay, if that is wrong, then it means this one is wrong. Not made. This value here is So it's over 30, this over 30, this is wrong. Okay, let me go back and explain. Remember, if we say less than 30, it means 30 is also included. It starts from 29 downwards. And from the explanation here, we're told over 30, it means 31, 32 upward. 170 if Allah will spare your life to that stage. So we have less than 30, 20, it means 30 is included, and from our tax here, 30 is not included. So this one will work. We are familiar with this one. I just explained something like it means the gender must be male, comma, and the age must be greater than 30. So using an if function, we are using similar technique here, but notice inside the and is the major thing we're looking at. It says not female. It means the person must not be a female. It's just changing the value. Not female will be male. Not male will be what? Will be female. It's just a simple thing. So, and the age must be greater than 30. As simple as that. So if we submit, we have this as correct. Okay. So in our explanation here, we did for just and or. We also have not. Not is just when you have two values, it will negate, that is change it to refer to the other one. It means if it is not rice, it should be beans, depending on the data we have on our table. Because if you have two values, male and female, so if it is not female, then definitely that thing is going to be male. If you have three, then it means if it is not this, it will fall within those two. Take note of that. If it's not this, it will fall within those two. So it depends on the kind of formula you're working or the goal. What are we doing here? I don't have time to watch the whole of this. So let me just look at question. So once we are done with this, the logical functions, then I think we'll call it a day, because we spent more than 1 hour for this. To be or not to be, okay? It says if you open a formula called orders, navigate to product. Let me look at this. I think I have this data here, so this will work. Do I have products? Where is the product? Is it my eyes? I've not seen product. Alfred, look. Product cost, product quantity. I'm not seeing products here. Probably I need to get the data set they are using. Which data set is it? 3_1. Let me close this. Open. Uh, 3_1. This. Enable content. Let's clear the formatting here. Clear formatting. Then let me look at this again. It says this open. Navigate to sheets and navigate to the product sheet. Okay, this. Sorry, this is a major thing they asked me to open. Sorry. Okay, the next one. It says calculate the average product price from all the products sold in history and add title above the calculation. Okay. Average in history. Okay. This it says calculate the average price for all products sold. H3. So we are calculating that under H3, and we should give a title for it. Product sold. The price is this. So what is the formula? I think we are used to this already. Average is just starting from this and go down to the last. Close my bracket and strike. What just happened? Let me do that again. Okay, I did not start with my opening brackets. Oh, pardon. Go back to the beginning. So this is it. open bracket. I'll start from this. I just want to make sure that everything is complete. Hold down Control Shift to the last, then close bracket, strike enter. Now this is it. I will call this average product. So okay, average price. So let's just leave it average price. So this is our average price. Are we told to do formatting? So I don't like this, but let's just leave it. Okay, it says in column F. Column F. Okay. Add the header expensive products. Okay, this is our header. I'm going to paste this here, and I need the formatting to be there. So I'll copy the formatting and paste it here. Okay. So what is the next thing? It says using not, create a flag that indicates product with a price higher than or equals to the average. Okay. So this is nice. It says using not, create a flag that identifies product with a price higher than or equals to the average. So now, who can give hint? Oh Lord, I'm tired. Who can give hint?
Hi guys, are we all there? Let's respond. Hi, is anyone there? Let's respond. Who can give a hint um to the problem we're trying to solve? Hi, Manuela. Hi, Tiamiu. Hi, Okweyemi. We're waiting for you to speak. Hi, Mary.
Okay. Okay, let's just start. This is saying empty. I can use the if function to do this. Depends. So I can say if open bracket this. Is someone saying anything? Eesh, haven't called me. Okay, let me try using the if statement first. So if just to flag products that are greater than and not less than this. So if the product is greater than this, or we can just negate. Okay, if it is not greater, if it is greater than this, then we say what? We say the opposite. Okay, if not, okay, let's just say not open bracket this. I'll start with this. No, I'm not using it. Starting with equals to this greater than this. But since we're using this for multiple, I'm going to make this value here constant by introducing the dollar sign. Okay, it's just saying make. What just happened? Okay, it's just saying make that. It's just saying make that particular value there absolute. It means do not change. Is it greater than or equals to the access to use? Flag that identify products with price higher than or equals to, greater than or equals to this value here. Now, with this, I need to flag, make this value here because the value, the row number will be changing. It will still remain H, but the row number will change. So I'm just going to add $sign to this and make it constant. So boom, double click for the rest, and I have my value. As simple as that. So if I add, let's add a filter to this. Filter. I'm coming. Where is it? Filter. So we can see we have two values, false and true. As simple as that. So it says fix the reference to this. Okay, this is just using $sign to make absolute cell reference, something we did already. So it says format the expensive product header. Expensive header as what? Same as the column data filter. Okay, we've done that. Format the product price column as currency. Product price. Where is it? So the whole of this should be currency. So I'm going to make this currency. I did not even confirm if we are supposed to use decimal place, 2 decimal places. Okay, decimal place. Change this to 2 and click on OK. So we're done with this. So what else again? The next section, it says how many products have classified as expensive. How many products? Okay. So we need to first highlight the whole of this, and I will pick I'll deactivate the false. So how many products do we have here? We have 48. Now, the reason why I'm getting 48 here is because I highlighted the expensive products. I highlighted the expensive products. So this title alone is adding to it. So if I select this one, I'm going to get 47. Okay. Go back. So I'm going to highlight. I know I'll have to minus because I'm selecting the first one here. So the answer here is 47. I will click on submit. Why is it giving us this? I think it's the opposite. How many products have a classifier as expensive? Okay, we have to use, sorry, this and say this. Okay, pause. So this is, how many? 12. The correct answer is 12. So expensive product is the opposite. Innocent has it. Okay. Innocent, go on, please. Innocent, your hand is up. So this is giving us just 12. Mind you, once I highlight my data, I'm looking at our closer status bar here down. It's giving me the number of counts. Innocent, your hand is up. Okay. Innocent, do you have any question?
Hi, Innocent. Your hand is raised. Do you have a question?
So I think if we solve this particular question, we'll call it a day. It's almost 2 hours. So okay. So which sheet am I using now? I'm going to clear all filters and products. This is product. I'm going to clear all filters. Clear all filters. The next thing is add a new column next to shipping mode. So next to shipping mode and on time delivery. So this will be the title next to shipping mode. Shipping mode, shipping mode. I don't think I have shipping mode here. So I have to close this and open that particular workbook they're referring to. So what is the workbook? Function 2 by 2. So I have to open function 2 by 2. functions to write to function to write to. Okay, this. So this is product.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, you can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I had a something to add on that formula.
All
Yeah,
right.
on the formula. Yeah, I think maybe there was something wrong. You can go to the product price.
Product. This is the formula. This is the
Yeah, because in this column it was supposed to highlight the product which are expensive product. So checking the formula, I checked the formula. It was showing something. For example, this one, I don't know if it has changed or what, but I saw it like it was showing false. I thought it was less than the average product. That was something I saw it. I thought it was wrong. I think it's correct.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're asked to navigate to shipping mode this, and add a new column here. So inside of this, paste in on time priority. So I'm going to format this to have the same color. Okay. So what are we to do? It says add a new column next to shipping mode, the call priority. Now it says using and if identify which orders are same day delivery without the risk of being late. And so the values in your new column should be same day, same day, same day on time delivery and order. If delivery is at risk of being delayed, the value is this. So let's look at this again. It says the value in your new column should be same day delivery and order. Late deliveries risk will be 1. Okay. So late delivery is 1. While our values should be this and this. Okay. So let me explore the value. We're looking at same day delivery without a risk of being late. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Shipping mode. Where is the new column? This is it. We have 2 values. So if it is 0, it means it is not on the risk of being delayed. So it says same day time order. If same day deliveries, still looking for, this is 1 and shipping mode second class. Okay, let me filter this and see all the values we have. Same day, so we have same day, and so if it is same day and 0, it should be same day deliveries. Orders should be boom. So looking at this, so this is late delivery. So 1, late delivery will be 1, while on time will be 0. So same day on time will be, we're comparing same day and the value must be 0. So let's start. I think that is clear now. I'm going to say equals to if. So I'm going to say and, open bracket. So I'm going to say, where is it? The value is this must be equals to, what is the value name? It's called same day. But one important thing here is to make sure that we match the exact same case. So same day this. So I'm going to do it again. Sorry. Equals to if, open bracket, and open bracket. We start with the first one here. Then equals to, in quotation, I'll put in same space day, because this is the way it was typed, comma, and the value should be 1, should be 0. That will be same day on time delivery. So the value will be this should be equals to 0. Close brackets. Then it says I'm just going to say true. I'm going to say true. I'm going to say false. Close bracket. Just to pay attention to. Now the value should be, if that is correct, it should be same day. Copy this. Why the other will be order. So if it is false, it will be order. In double quotation, I'm going to put in this. Why for this, it is going to be order. Close bracket, strike enter. So this is order. I'm going to hit double here to see for orders. Now let's check if we have values. So we have two, order and same day on time delivery. Okay, let's move to the next one. Now it says format the new column accordingly. So have we formatted? Yes, our data is formatted. Then all values are visible. Let me expand. Good. Now filter the sheet to only show orders that are same day on time delivery. So we just need to filter this, deactivate order, and click on OK. So we have this. So how many do we have? Probably I might ask us for the count, 11. So the next is same day, the value is just 11. Okay, so I think we'll pause here for today. Any question, please? Any question? Any question? If there is no question, I think we'll call it a day for today.
Thank you very much, Alfred. Thank you very much for this beautiful session. Thank you very much for guiding everyone. We're really grateful. Thank you everyone for also joining in on the call. Yeah, I know you don't thank you actually because you've done a whole lot and you've really helped a whole lot of people, starting from provide providing guidance on how they can install the Excel on how to install Excel, and then how to get the resources to challenges or exercises on the platform. Thank you very much. I'm sure people that even in people from other like common codes would really appreciate this video. Would really appreciate this session. So thank you very much. We are grateful. Thank you everyone for joining in as well. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Yes, actually, I'm expecting everybody to give Alfred a virtual applause because he has done us a whole lot of help. Yes, definitely you get recordings. They'll be uploaded on the YouTube channel. That's the Cop Africa's YouTube channel. And the last session with Alfred is already there as well. So you can look it up. So though it's not yet edited, but it's already there because I know many of us would need it. So yes, you can always access it in there. So thank you very much for joining. See you all next time, next week. The time for the next session would be communicated on the group chat. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you. Bye.